Welcome up. What is back? We are here playing Great Qing, and last episode we are kind of starting to get through like the early industrial techs, getting railroads going. We are going to click and get ready to go. Currently we have a pretty high construction, at least for this early in the game, of 500. And we're going to be working to increase that over the course of this session, mainly focusing on that. Notably, the way we have to think about how much money we're making is this minus the change in the investment pool, or plus the change in the investment pool. In this case, the change is negative. So we're really only making, what is this, 30K, a tick, instead of what it looks like 80K. So we will not add construction yet, but we were going to be looking to do that. Notably paying quite a bit of interest. We don't really care too much about paying the interest though, because it gets paid out to our pops, so not a big deal. We also have pretty high taxes. We would want to decrease these, so we will probably do this first before we add extra construction. But we are constructing away, and we probably want to find a war that's going to be useful for us. We are currently sitting at 1.4 infamy, so we can actually go for a pretty big war. We would love to get Siam in terms of vassalizing them, but right now I guess we will just have to go for Dainan. And let's take a look. Hopefully Great Britain doesn't join against us. Great Britain or France will be a little bit tough. We will mobilize all of our generals, which of course will run us a bit of a negative. Probably. Actually, maybe not. We'll see. But hopefully they just back down and give in to the vassalization, which would be a nice little thing. But you kind of always want to be decaying some infamy, and so you won't always want to be above 0 infamy, but notably, every 25 intervals, you get a situation where, this is going to change things up a little bit, every 25 intervals, you get a bigger and bigger ballast. So staying under 25 or under 50 is really nice. We'll decay under 50 here pretty quick, and then we will look to just kind of chill or integrate our current subjects for the most part, and then work to diplo get guys into our market. Okay, so now that we have the latest and greatest Quinine, we can establish colonies here. And what we want to do is we actually want to try and cut other people out from here, so they can't get into the Congo through here. So we're going to just add some more over here, I believe. Yeah. So, and then we have to think about what tech we want next. And I'm guessing we're going to do mechanized workshop, because both we want the sewing machines and this sort of stuff, but also we want the +10 economies of scale cap. But we'll just take a quick look over here to see. Central archives is another thing that we wanted. We will go after that now, actually, because for us to up an institution, it costs 3,500 admin, and so, which is quite a lot. So what we want to do is we want to, France gets swayed. Great Britain was swayed. Well, let's see. If we add, I don't think we can really get anything off of Great Britain here, so we'll just keep it as is, I think. Because it will be too difficult for us to get... Actually, we can demand war reps from them, I guess. Because they are not the primary. Which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think we probably can take them now. Let's take a look at our military real quick. I believe we switched over. We didn't switch over to Marble Artillery on Everett. We will switch over now. Which some guys will be a little slow going to switch over, but this will help quite a bit. And I think we want to start... Currently we're importing a lot of arms. I think we want to kind of wind down our imports and switch to having a domestic arm industry as well. Not sure why this is not profitable, but that's a good thing because that means iron's not expensive. We got to make sure the railways are being constructed as well. And currently have a lot of clothing coming out. Alright, we'll cancel this trade route, especially because we're about to be at war with them. And Dainan backs down. Very nice. One of the benefits of having large military is not actually having to go to war. And so now we have a border with Cambodia, which they're in our market. Not sure how they got in our market. They don't start in our market at the same beginning of the game. We could just start a play with them, but I think we'll pass on that. Just take a look what's expensive in our market and try and get it down a little bit. So it looks like a combination of engines and coal. Now, I think we could just import the coal. Generally speaking, for our inputs, we want to try and get a lot of the base level inputs from importing as much as we can, which is not a lot because we have a huge demand. And then for the bigger ones, we want to... We'll actually sort by peasants. We care more about this now. And for the bigger ones... Sorry. We want to get most of our inputs... Why is this on steel? Okay. We want to get most of our inputs from importing if we can, because our importing cannot benefit from economies of scale, and what we want to do is we want to use economies of scale in order to build up industries. So it's better to build up industry if you can, because you get economies of scale bonus, which I don't believe you get in coal mines. Actually, let's double check. Ah, you do. Well, okay. F me then. So we will set them at auto expand. So we should be building up coal and stuff really high in one spot instead of spreading it around. But spreading it around is not too bad either. It makes the auto queue a little bit less messy. Now we will just add an extra railway at the back for these ones, because these guys are going to be our kind of tall industry places anyways. And then we will just add some more of this. Up to the current cap, which is 61. And you are running a shortage, my friend. You're running a shortage of steel. I believe our steel is up here. So we will kick some of that into the start of the queue. Wow, that is profitable. So we will actually probably need to find another place to build steel. And why not right here? Yeah, we'll do some here as well. And we will set it to auto expand as well. Okay. We're starting to come on up out of this debt. And we are currently running like a 40k surplus, but we do want to increase taxes. That way we have some more flexibility to... Sorry, we want to decrease taxes. That way we have more flexibility to increase taxes later. We are running extra authority here. Quite a bit, actually. I don't think we're encouraging manufacturing, and we are encouraging manufacturing in both. Man, Great Qing just gets a ton of authority, which is a hot niceness in some kind of contexts. Let's see, we maybe want to pull one of these guys out of government. What else, other changes do we want? We don't really want free trade yet. Laissez-faire would be nice, but gonna be hard to get through. I think we're actually kind of chilling. I know we were going for landed voting. I guess we could go again. The gamble. How bad can it be? Okay. And then we finished colonization there. And these colonies are going so fast into the, like, serious malaria and just have 400 days. Which is very nice. Gamble is success. We will reap the nation. We'll reap the rewards. Trying to think what edicts we could put down that would be useful. Let's just take a quick look at decrees. Social mobility, I guess, would be good. National values might be good. I've just never had extra authority to this degree that, like, there's nothing to use it on. I suppose we actually just want to build a lot more, so it's wild, but we can just institute another, one of these taxes. And the clothes one will be extremely efficient, but it'll make our people big sad. But I guess we'll just make them big sad and then lower taxes, which makes them less big sad, I think. I think that's how that math works. So they have more money, but then decrease taxes. Okay. So, and to that end, I think we're going to also just expand the clothing industry more at this point. I'm going to try and find a place that doesn't have, like, much, if any, manufacturing, and just add 10 textile mills. And a couple railways. Set it to auto expand. Cool. So that is the current situation we have going on. We still have a lot of infamy. If we can get this up Well, we will get this up a lot once we get central planning, because we'll swap everything over. So to that end, we're actually also going to need a lot more paper. Let's look at our manufacturing centers. We do have one where we're working on paper. How much? We do have quite a bit of excess infrastructure. It is, each one uses 3, and we have an extra 23, so we can get 7. And then we will need another rail. We're already working on another railway, so we can support a bit more after that. So, sins of the past. Well, we'll just take that. And we are back running a nice little surplus. No, we're down negative like 10k-ish, but that's okay. We will build into that. No, no defensive back for you. Maybe we didn't need to build up that much paper. Paper's not even that profitable. What are you doing here? Selling gore. Well, we know they have Johor, so we will have a front here. I kind of want to join in order to just slow down the push of the European powers into Indochina. Because this is kind of our territory, what we are interested in. We will say, hey, we will help you. But we don't want them to back down, so we'll just start off like this. And then we will mobilize all the generals, which I think we have a larger military than them at this point. There's no front. Unfortunate. I think we also want to increase the size of the navy even more. He should be, yeah, he's concerned. We do have quite a large military. France backs down. Very nice. So now we get to play World Police. We did delete some of our military early on because we knew we were going to be upgrading our PMs, and it's 480 is too much, but even with 280 mils, we are still able to, you know, get things done in a nice way. Let's see. Well, we don't want to contract to the what is they? I forget what they're called. My brain, please. Yeah, our GDP is kind of flying. But we don't want to give power to the scholar officials. There we go. Who we will be keeping in the government as long as we have landed voting. Although we might switch to oligarchy in a hot minute. Notably, it is kind of tough to increase the power of the industrialists here in 1.1. This is a bit of a change from how we were before. And what will we do over here? Probably nitroglycerin, because most of our what we have going on is actually like iron mines, or a huge chunk of it. And now we can switch over to using the paper. We'll just switch over all of them at once. Ooh, yikes, that's actually a ton of money. We will start switching them over piecemeal. I was kidding. I never meant all at once. We're just switching over the big ones, which does cost us a lot of money, but then we also have insufficient tax capacity everywhere, so it also makes us make more money as well. So we are just going to kind of get up to the amount that we need in order to go to the next level of our institution, which is 3781. Alright, so a little bit more. And we passed landed voting. Interesting. Alright, so now we need to get rid of some taxes. This one's 20k per tick, and this is... but we kind of would rather not tax the lower rung pops as much. So we'll do it like that. Even though this is a less efficient tax profile, we want to... The basic clothes will allow people to come out of poverty a little bit better, which will allow them to get better educated, this sort of thing. But maybe we'll revisit that later. And now that we have landed voting, this should shake up things a little bit here. We now have political parties. And we get a contested government. Whoops. Interesting. So maybe we were better off not switching over. This is my first time switching all this over. We will let the first election go through, and then we will switch things up. That way we don't get radicals. And bureaucratic shortfall, we will switch over as needed to avoid that. Notably, I think this is kind of the most useful institution for us to be running as the colonial affairs, just because our colonization is so fast with our enormous population. Okay. Do we have a need? A need for speed, and by speed I mean rails. Kind of a little bit here and there. And what is our infamy? It's still pretty big. I guess we can kind of work to integrate guys. Annexing this guy would be nice. We will mobilize everyone. And our auto building is starting to kick in here. We are going to take a look at what's expensive in our market, and yikes. Engines. Although we are doubling our output here. Sure. I guess we will also add motor industries and auto expand here. Landfang backs down, which now we will be able to have a front on all these guys, which is going to make it easier to just kind of pick up vassals here. Notably, they're all kind of looking like it's 4 to 5 infamy. Is Brunei a different amount? A little over 5. Ah, yes. So we will swap over some stuff and pick another tech. Probably going for tools are going to become expensive off the back of this. And I think vacuum. I thought I saw a vacuum canning. My eyes, are they working correct? Okay, probably not. Probably not. Are we paying subsidies? We are paying subsidies, so we're paying subsidies on the rails, so all we really need to decrease those subsidies is activate rail transportation somewhere. We're going to activate it on the silk plantations. Sure, why not? And now they pay for that. Effectively. And we are going to want to, I think we're going to want to switch to oligarchy. Although we have to encourage liberal thought. Ah, we have to be boosting them. How do we get rid of state religion? That's going to be a little bit of a task. But okay. Because currently our intellectual class does not support getting rid of it, which is normally how you do it. But fair enough. I guess this guy is probably the best, because then we are now adjacent to the people who will give us taxes, and we will activate all our generals and expect them to back down quite quickly. Staying under the 50 here. I think we will need more of these fertilizer things. And the Constitutional Association wins a lot of them. But not like the whole shebang, so that's a little interesting. Let's take a look. Kind of taking in some of 1.1 here. So now we have way more legitimate after this election. So, okay. We can also Well, that doesn't help. This would help. But I think that we want to empower those guys and keep them in Gov, so we won't do that. Yeah, getting Kutai and Benjar and Buligan, all kind of important because there's oil here, so... And they back down against us. Cool beans. And we will have to get rid of some of these taxes here in a hot minute. Unfortunate. We get a free reform, so... Well, this would... I mean, I guess it makes us a little bit more... Kind of want to think about what... So what we want to pass is oligarchy, but that's going to take a while. That's kind of all we really want to pass at this current juncture. Land-based taxation is probably still better. Per capita taxation is a little bit better now. So the rural folk would help with that. So we will put them in government and try and let it go through. This is because we've started to gather some industry as well as we're being more efficient at taxing, so these two combined seem to be helping out. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to swap the rest of those over now too. The rest of, the government admins to standardized filing system. The reason being, I would like to go to the next level. Which needs 5k. We are actually going to need to build more things. So, what we will do is, clippers are expensive, we can import these. We'll also, I guess because we're not using a lot of these, we can really export these. Okay. What else were we doing? We're trying to get this above 5k. So, we need to see where we have insufficient tax capacity, because we are going to increase that. No, we don't need an alliance with Sokoto. Uh-oh. What is this, for lead? Dye shortage. Okay, let's take a pause and try and sort that out. So we'd rather import it. Don't want to be too reliant on Great Britain though, so we will also add a bunch of dye to the queue. But try and do it in areas that are not incorporated. Well, could do it in collabs, I guess. I didn't realize we annexed this guy. Just completely. So we will. There is a port there, so I guess we'll just build. Can you support 3 dyes? You can. So we'll do that. Or 7. And then we will do another 10 in collabs, which of course will require that we make a port. So we will do that. And we are making a lot of money now. We're going to experience a shortfall. How are we going to experience a shortfall? Interesting. So we're going to need way more bureaucracy, I guess. So we were trying to get above. The name of the game is bureaucracy. I love bureaucracy. Except that's not the choice I picked. Rip. What trade routes do we have going? Alright, we're going to keep that even though it's unproductive, because in a general sense that's going to be what we want to do. We will get rid of this though, I suppose. We are importing. Maybe we should get rid of one of these. Ooh, yikes. So let's get rid of the Austrian small arms and the Austrian cannons and build up our own industry for those things. We're going to build up here and also in Jiangxi. Didn't we have that in Jiangxi? No? Okay, well, no time like the present to add it. Colonial affairs investments increased +2. I thought we were running a bureaucratic deficit, according to the thing, but I guess not. We do want to get rid of a couple of these. So now, we have per capita taxation. And we would rather have laissez-faire. Well, I actually don't think this would help us right now in terms of investment pool, but eventually it will. And right now the industrialists are not very powerful. I think they should be coming on up pretty quick here, though. I remember what we wanted. Individualist? I think that's a little bit of a... I'm not sure that's exactly the same as it was before 1.1. Maybe they changed these around a little bit. Okay. Whoa, and now we're making a ton more money. So we're going to add a bunch of construction and delete a couple of these. So now we have enough authority to start bolstering the Intelligentsia, which we will do. And then how much positive are we running? Oh, we're not really running a positive. Yikes, because we're draining the investment pool real quick. Okay, but that's okay. We will be okay with that. This should bring us up to like 5k, but I guess I'll build a little bit more just in case. We can maybe integrate a couple of places as well against the odds. What is this? Petite bourgeoisie is not very powerful, I don't think. Yeah, so... smell you later. So we should have extra declared interest with all this stuff going on. I think that... yeah, we want to regain our interest in Austria, and also want to import stuff from Prussia, so we'll add there. And just pushing these government admins as one of our costs because we want to do that. So we should have more than enough. Like, way more than enough. So maybe cancel some of these. Whatever. We'll need them eventually. We'll need them probably pretty soon here, so that is fine. And we have a tax deficit anyway. Alright, now we can make boom booms go boom boom. And then we will switch over some of our, probably iron first. But maybe that's too much to swap over all at once. We'll do like half. We gotta pick a tech here. Shift work would be nice, but can't go for the level 3 tech. Do we want to do something like dialectics? Wouldn't mind that. Central banking would be nice, because then we can start bankrolling people. Okay, what is our infamy? Pretty bad. Yeah, just a lot of arms industries. I think we're paying quite a bit for that stuff. Let's take a look at our prices in the market. Explosives, we have a shortage. Okay, so we gotta fix that. I think we want to do it, yeah, someplace where we don't have anything going on yet. We'll set it to auto-expand. Now, how are we running a shortfall? I guess we do need what we're building, so that's fine. Yeah, our colonies should be absolutely flying right now. Yeah, look at this, so fast. 35 days into... Oh wait, that is not the place. That is the place that we don't have to worry about, what's it called? Malaria. But... I think we also, there's just regular malaria here. No, it's severe. 200 days to expand it, and that's so fast because we have this massive population. Huh. Yeah, we're doing a lot of trade with them. Guess we want to think about trying to integrate guys into our market in terms of like a larger strategy. If they're not defending the borders, it's pretty easy to get them in diplomatically. We will have to open up their market, so we'll start damaging relations here. Because they have been improving relations, something maybe we could have been aware of beforehand. And as long as they're not defending the borders, we should be able to protectorate these guys kind of easy. Let's take a look. How far are you from making tributary? It's infamous and defending the borders, and we don't have a customs union, so we would get 35, so 85 if we had a customs union and we're not infamous. Sorry, customs union, not infamous, and had a obligation on them. So just generally speaking, we can't do it if they have defending the borders, or we can, but it's generally a lot harder. These guys all have defending the borders, so maybe we just want to, like, hard vassalize someone like Sikh. That's a lot of infamy, though. It's a lot. Okay. We will do this a really slow way, so we'll try and get these guys into our market. The slow way. The slow way. A little bit of a yikes in regards to our current situation. I wish we could tell how much of this investment pool transfer is a result of capitalists and how much is a result of, or how much, sorry, the investment pool changes because of capitalists versus how much it's because of landowners. I guess we'll try and switch to laissez-faire. Rural folk don't like it, so we might pull them out of Gov. Which doesn't do much to hurt our legitimacy. And we are getting kind of back on the bandwagon of focusing on industry instead of just building infinite government admins. I think we want clothing is going to be like the most profitable thing. Let's just take a quick look at our buildings in our urban section, and we will be able to see what's really doing well. And I think it's, yeah, it's clothes and tools and steel. So why don't we go after the steel first? First you get the steel, then you get the tools, then you get the clothes. And we will just add 10 there, and some there, and then also add, actually we're going to add 10 here. That's probably too much, but we will build into it. Oop, gold mines, got to put this at the front of the queue. And then, tooling. Let's get Beijing and try and work these towards the current... Actually, we have mechanical tools now, so the current cap for, what is it, economies of scale is going to be 31, so we'll GNZ. And I think you have a bunch of excess infrastructure already, and we're building a rail. So, well, we'll just plop another one down, just in case. And then we'll focus on the clothes, as we had said. And I guess just 10 in Yunnan. Get the bonus up, and auto-expanding. You will need another railway, probably, and then there we have it. Now, we have that going. How are we doing in a lot of these places? Guess we could add an industry of some kind here. We do have this auto-expanding. think, yeah, we're not interested in Hamburgian politics. Can we even do a new institution? Probably not yet. Wow, we got a huge bump in the last... Okay, no. We're just 46% the way. We have a 9% chance of passing laissez-faire. This is creeping up. Slowly. And what is our infamy? We are now reputable, so it'll be easier to pull people into our market now. Once we can bankroll it, it'll get much, much easier, which is the current tech we're working on. Let's do this. Just kind of the cheap, not a lot of infamy things, which take like 6 months because you have to wait for them to back down. So we're going to lose infamy overall, but it's stuff we want to do because we're going for the world conquest. I don't know if we'll be able to one-tag it, but we'll see. One-tag much harder. We actually kind of want to get involved in this war. The reason being is we don't want to have to vassalize this, like, we don't want to have to vassalize both the original state and the Rev state, and so this will kind of help prevent that situation, which is not too much fun. And we have the good old Great Britain sides, and then they back down. So we will help them out here. We could probably set down another war that we are interested in. We want to vassalize Kutais, so... And Benjar. We're going to do whichever one the Dutch East Indies will not join in on, because we just want another back down type of war. I think. Do we have a border? That looks like a border. Through impassable terrain. Oh, Kutai also has an impassable border. Oh, same there. Awkward. I was hoping that'd be more useful. Okay. Can't open up their markets. Can annex them. I think that'll kick us over the infamy, but not by a lot. Burma's even less. That's crazy. I guess we'll annex Burma. Politician dies. We'll have a quick look at what that is. Just a moment. Alright, we are back. The investment will transfer will be a lot more stable once we have laissez-faire. And we are running a shortfall. Why is this? Is laissez-faire... Interesting. Guessing these guys back down, but they might not. It is a war that will end their existence, so they're much more likely to not. France sides with Burma. Don't think we're strong enough here to demand too much off of France. But we could maybe liberate Siam. What about transferring Siam? Nope. We're just gonna add force recognition. But probably with the understanding we're almost certainly white piecing them. Although adding recognition, I think, makes it a lot more likely that other people join against us. Not thrilled to see Siam join here. Especially because I wish we had more... I wish we didn't use all of our things. Transfer them. I think I like that. Well, actually no, I don't like it because this war might not pop off. When we add the thing, we will get guaranteed at least a huge chunk of the infamy, and if they just back down, then it won't go through. Although they're just uncertain, so it almost certainly goes through. Okay. Yeah, we'll just let ourselves decay a bit more. And they probably back down here, although it is a revolution, so those generally don't back down as much. This is a pretty sharp negative, but we do get colonial affairs increased to level 3. So now these will really be flying. Why aren't they flying? Yeah, they are. Okay. They're just visually not there. Classic. Your war sides against this war. We're gonna have that war. And we will recruit an admiral, because we need one, in South China. I don't think we have enough to try and land France, like even remotely close to enough navy, as it were. Power projection's 1100, and ours is probably less than 200, whatever. No, it's 300, but still, I don't think we land that. So probably just looking to white piece them. France, that is. Did we... We did not set the demand on Siam, so we're just kind of looking for white peace. Actually, let's set you against Siam. And, not making much progress here. At least here. Just evenly matched. I suppose that's kind of fine. We are taking through a lot of this. Here, Burma back down. Oh, what? Well, that explains our lack of progress. And it's a good thing we didn't add the extra infamy. Kind of interesting that they backed down there. We're a little bit curious. I'm not sure I think that's good, but... So we will need to, let's keep these barracks around, but we will need to switch the PMs of them and a bunch of other things. And recruit a general for that area. Indochina. And probably add a little bit more of these mills. They're not all that profitable, so... Okay, maybe not. Ah, okay. Well, we're just waiting for that to tick down in terms of starting a new war, and we are having a time. We're trying to pay a lot of interest. We're going to up taxes and look to slow this down. What has changed so significantly? Price of these goods are going up, maybe? Let's see if we can switch over the rest of the boom booms here. That way we're paying much less for that, and this will make it so we want to build more chem plants. Ooh, they're not all making boom booms. That's not right. And we will switch to mechanized workshops for you. Hardwood, fishing trawlers. Explosives should be coming down a little bit now. I'm going to try and switch over about half. And we get the advanced pumps, so we will switch this over. Which I think we'll just use more tools and coal, so we'll switch them all over for the coal as well. And now we're going to need a lot more tools, which we're currently producing, but we will add more tools. It should handle that. Now we're doing much better now that we've reduced the cost of this. Not by that much. I don't think we should be doing that much better. I guess these places are a lot more profitable too, so they're getting more to the investment pool transfer, or we're just actually getting from... Yeah, we're just getting stuff from the transfer now. Interesting. I think we can swap the rest of these over. And we'll try and swap half and half here. Oh, you can definitely take the boom booms and the pump. Oh, it's just one, so... And now we can start bankrolling people. Well, we don't quite have the bank to bankroll. I think maybe we want to go for munitions. We'll go Shogun first. Well, I'd like to switch over to this PM, actually. It makes it more privately owned, so we'll actually do that. What problems are we having? Expensive boom booms. I think we're already working on that, but we can work on it some more. We'll add another one of those to Northern Anhui. Probably want to solve these coastal guys with some of this action. Britain is selling over here. We should have settled there, given our goal is world conquest, because we will have to do it the slow way, I guess. Or we're gonna vassalize and annex Great Britain, but maybe that makes things a bit easier. Maybe it makes it harder, actually. I'm not sure. Getting a large transfer now. Because we passed Laissez-faire. Which is giving us a bigger transfer, but we're also now using all the transfer we had, so we really shouldn't build any construction at this point. But we can maybe decrease this soon. Oh, we haven't gotten Laissez-faire yet. Okay. Soon. Let's take a look here. Yep, infamous. So don't want to get involved in too much. It's because we just, yeah, we integrated them. See if we have any declared interest. I don't think we do. Oh, we do. So opening Sokoto's market is something we want to do kind of mid-term. And we do want to eventually make them into a tributary. So we're going to start by improving relations. We could bankroll, but I think it's a little pricey for us at this point. So, but we want to open their market so that we can get them as a tributary at some point. And just checking stuff along, we have been kind of going up a little bit of burr. Not a lot of radicals. God, so much approval. Look at that, all those bonuses. We're just kind of really chilling. After we pass Laissez-faire, I'm not sure exactly where we want to pivot to. It is pretty gummy here in terms of getting the trade unionists or the industrialists powerful, like really, really hard. I'm not sure how to do it better, because we are currently like passing laws and doing production methods that are like more suited to them. If we take a look, all of these things are privately owned by capitalists, but the capitalists are mostly not industrialists. So, yeah, I don't know how to make them more industrialists. This has definitely changed quite a bit. Maybe we need publicly traded more, or just later tier PMs. We're not going to use a lot of the labor-saving PMs until much later because we have so much labor. We'd rather give everyone jobs. But yeah. Curious. I think now we are... Yeah, we've drained the investment pool. Do want to lower taxes. Just up the speed a little bit. Yeah, this has been a big change. Normally, all the privately owned capitalists would be mostly industrialists, and now it is not like that. Maybe it's the later tier PMs that becomes more like that, or maybe we just have to figure out other ways to get them in. I'm gonna start switching these over. We will see. So currently we're getting plus 50k, 30k to the investment pool transfer. Can we make ourselves more legitimate? Not really without taking the people out that we want in. The literati are the ones who support that. Let's go through this. Let's go through this. Wood is expensive. Okay. Fair enough. Where do we have the peasants? I guess we also want to try and keep an eye on these guys because we want to declare war on them for recognition if they have a civil war. They're much more likely to back down. I think once we kind of want to set ourselves up to get an early ironclad maybe because that's going to help a lot with the landings. Could also just massively ramp up the military, but for the navy. We don't want to overbuild it. Oh, we have a cautious ruler. That's why we took the drop in that before. Traditionalists. And the market liberals is why we're able to go laissez-faire at all. Here on this guy. I was wondering, I was thinking they probably don't support that naturally. Just trying to think why they were supporting it there, but that makes sense. Alright, we are going to drop the taxes and slowly work this deficit down. This is the goal. I think clothes will still be really productive. We want to get them up to tier 31. I think Yunnan will need a railway. These other ones might not. We'll build one in Shandong anyways, I suppose. Can't remember the other two. And we are making money now. I'm guessing is that, yeah, that's just, it's basically break even because we're draining the investment pool, but we got quite a bit to drain. As we look to lower taxes some more. Probably actually just going to up construction instead of lowering taxes. We're going to take one more tick of this probably. Hold on. Alas. Scholar officials. It's interesting how we are supposed to get state religion out of the government. Because of our unique interest group where the literati do not support getting it out of the government. Also not sure we want it out because it's kind of helping with the loyalists. We are losing loyalists. Why? I'm guessing it's political movements mainly. But decreases in standard of living, sure. What are you guys consuming at the lowest rung? And can we make it cheaper? I think it's generally clothes. It's kind of, yeah, it's clothes and grain, furniture. I think we're doing what we need to be doing, but fabric's getting a little expensive, so we can try and import fabric. I was going to try and build it ourselves, but I think we'd rather import it if we can. Russian market and the Austrian market. Kind of have them as our two major guys. Egypt too, I suppose. And this way, we can focus on building the clothes themselves. Which is kind of what we're doing here. Okay. Ah, now the rubber event is not an event. That's kind of nice. I was getting sick of that event. Alright, so I think we can switch over the PM here. We make less, but we make more clippers. We're going to swap over it just so now it's going to be privately owned. Which will have capitalists, which are becoming more industrialists. So this is one of the later PMs, and so maybe it has to do with it being like a later PM, or just capitalists writ large are now becoming more industrialists. Interesting. I wonder what has changed, but this should be bringing up the industrialists quite a bit. I think we have to exit reform government and see. They're starting to come on up. Okay. Do want to do ironclad eventually. Do Shogun. Let's do this and then general staff. Actually, I think I want to go for this tech instead. We do have a lot of glass. Never mind, we still have the rubber ones. Okay. Gonna add a bunch of unis in a couple places. Oops, didn't mean to add one there. We'll actually delete that one. And they do benefit from economies of scale, so do some of this action too. Gonna have to get rid of a tax for this, or stop encouraging manufacturing somewhere, or stop bolstering one of these guys. I think I'm just going to get rid of a tax for now. Which this is a bit painful. If laissez-faire passes, I think the investment pool contribution will be bigger at this point, because I think we have enough manufacturing that the 5% from the rural guys will not offset the other guys. Use your words, Peter. The 5% that you are getting from the aristocrats will not offset the ones that you are getting from the capitalists. Ah, come on. We get free government reform. Not going to use it. Kind of content with what we got. Chile wants to enter a defensive pact. That's awkward because we want to vassalize you. Actually, we're going to check and see if they're defending the borders. They're not. They are. So Chile, I think we want to get them into our market instead. So we will actually start bankrolling them. And they will be the first ones we try and get into be a tributary. Because we are really close. Once we have a customs union, then we'll be able to get it through. And then once they're a tributary, then we have damage relations with them, and from there it is cheaper to vassalize them once they're a tributary. Okay. Come on, faster, grow. They're getting a lot of the clout from wealth. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, we gotta make you more money. What happened that we got this going on? Maybe we do want high government wages here. Oh, we already have it. Could go even higher. I didn't even realize we started with high government wages at the start of the game. Boom booms are still expensive. We will try and export fertilizer to make them cheaper, or to help make the buildings more profitable. think fertilizer, yeah. Set it to export focus. Cool. Now, is it just because 10 more items, but I hover over and it's not 10 more. I think we stopped getting the, one guy's happy with us. When did we change? Let's get the loyalists, I guess. I think we have a lot of excess admin, so we're going to start integrating guys as well. We're going to integrate everyone who's 5 years. So these outer ones will not be, like this won't be 5 years. Oh, it is 5 years, just kidding. I'm a liar. This is 20 years. 20 years. 20 years. Tibet, awkward, is 5. So much for the free Tibet. What about Formosa? Incorporated. Yep. Nothing happened in 1968 in the spring. I think it was 68 when it didn't happen. When it did not happen, not in the spring. Man, this Laissez-faire is really stalling out though. Not a fan of that. Just gonna try and pip over 500 here. We've been starting to stabilize here, it looks like. A little bit. Kind of wish we weren't running this. Maybe we do have to get rid of another tax here. Oh, it's giving us 26k though. Big ouch. I think that we will need some more of this. I think you already have a port. Yeah, you do. And let's check what's expensive in the market. Groceries and engines, huh? That should help with that. Man, we would pass this loss so much faster if we could just get the, up a little bit. It's not enough. That would not fly. Okay. Yeah, I really think we want to go oligarchy. Really kind of have a ton of authority. Bali. Get out of here. This is how you scare the British. Please. Notifications, please. Stop. Steep it. Steep? They're like extra annoying because it also pops down so we can't exit out of them faster. And let's take a look. South Australia. Ah. We do have a front there as well. Kind of ignore all the other little fronts we have. Except that one. Do we have a... I don't think we have an arts academy. We will build one. Do we have a journal entry that works on that? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, fair enough. Do we have anyone else? Is there no one else? Is there no one else? We are going to wait and see if this war pops off, but then we are going to call it a session. And so what we've done so far this session is mainly just kind of chill and build into, or work our way up into having the max tier of our institution here in colonial affairs. So we're just absolutely hauling in terms of establishing these colonies. And we're beating people out in the Congo. And then also what we have done is we have tried for quite a while to pass Laissez-faire. I think once this passes through, we're going to be in good shape. We have also got landed voting because we're really trying to increase the power of the Industrialists, which is quite hard. Patch 1.1 seems to definitely have changed this and make it quite a lot harder to empower these guys, because normally these guys would have like 20% clout already, and the reason being is that it doesn't automatically make all the privately owned things, the stuff owned by capitalists, doesn't automatically make them all industrialists. In fact, one of the only ones that is an industrialist is kind of this later tier PM, where we have these privately owned here. These aren't even industrialists anymore. Before they were 9% industrialists, so I'm not sure exactly where that's coming from. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube algorithm stuff, and have a good day.